What do you guys do to keep your minds at ease in this world that we're living in right now? Well, I play the guitar. I like to play classical guitar and a lot of other fingerstyle types of guitar, where it really challenges your brain to study the notes and how to play the notes with each finger. I really like that. That keeps my mind at ease. Um, because with the world that we're in right now, you need it. Everybody needs it. You know, think clearly and be honest with yourself about everything you've heard or seen coming out of the box that's maybe sitting in your living room, or the small box that's in your hand, um, and the nightmarish scenario that they have pushed out of those boxes pretty much every day for the last 2 years, almost 2 years. Have you seen anything remotely resembling that in your day to day life over these 2 years? Be honest with yourself, because you know the answer to that question. The answer is no. But that's all we've been hearing and seeing coming out of these boxes, for almost 2 years now. And it has convinced most people in the world. Um, think about um, the five senses for a human being: touch, taste, smell, sight, sound. I think I covered those. I remember those from back in elementary school. The five senses. What's in the realm of reality? What's in reality? Um, well, for millions, perhaps billions of years, people use their five senses to make all of their life decisions and how they are going to react to certain things that go on and what they're going to do about it. And that's how they lived. They didn't depend on anything else. Maybe other advice from other people who use their five senses. But now, today, based on the last 60, 70 years of people having the box in their house or in their living room, and even now, a box in their hand, an electronic box, they watch, listen, and read and believe everything that comes out of those electronic boxes. The voices, the words that come out of it. And they believe all of it. And if you are truly honest with yourself, what do you honestly believe what's coming out of those boxes? I mean, think about like the last few months. A couple of months ago, it was Halloween, right? And people were wearing costumes, and costumes that resemble something scary. That's the tradition. And I'm thinking, what's scarier than the dehumanized things that we see every day nowadays, with people walking around with their face covered with a piece of paper and can't even breathe correctly? And you're going to wear a costume? You want me to wear a costume resembling something fictional and scary? We see that every day. And you see the same thing, people watching these TV shows, sci-fi TV shows, and they're talking about, oh, this was great. It's like, what's more weird or stranger than the weird, dehumanized sci-fi that we see every day walking around in the streets with these things on their faces, believing that danger is lurking in every corner from every other person. I mean, you ask any of these people, just explain why, and why you're still doing that. Why do you still have that thing on your face, covering your face, unlike ever before in world history? People have never done that in the history of the world. And now people are doing it because of what comes out of a box. And they won't stop. That's what's comical. It won't stop. But you ask them why, and they can't give you an answer. and they won't even give you an answer. And most of them will completely disengage from the conversation, or call you names, or try to change the subject. I mean, it is absolutely comical, but it's not really comical because this is serious and it's affecting how we all go about our lives now. And the thing is, anyone that's involved in this, it's just, can you honestly say that these are decent human beings? I mean, anyone that's involved, whether it's politicians, whether it's store owners, business owners that are asking you to do this and asking you to do things and stay away from other humans and put this thing on your face. You actually think these are good human beings? These are not good people. And I see people trying to debate with others about, the severity of this type of illness, or the illness that's being talked about, the statistics, their survival rates, the symptoms, the speed of recovery. And I say, why are you debating with someone about something that is the equivalent of unicorns? If someone came up to you and said, oh my God, there were 1,000 unicorns running down the street, and they were dangerous, are you going to say to them, oh my God, you're nuts, you're crazy, there weren't 1,000 unicorns running down the street, there were only 5? My gosh, you sound as dumb and brain dead as they do, because there are no unicorns. And that's what, where I'm going with this. And the people who are telling you about the 1,000 unicorns, they're laughing at you because they know that there are no unicorns. And you don't. So they have you fooled, and they're laughing at you underneath. And that's what's going on all over the world right now. Even the people who say that they kind of know what's going on, they think they know what's going on, but then they're still debating about the seriousness of these things, when there's nothing to debate because there's nothing. You're debating about unicorns. Think about that. You're debating about how big Santa Claus is, if he's really 400 pounds or if he's only 350 pounds. There is no Santa Claus. Think about that, please. It makes zero sense. And like I said, anyone that tells you, whether it's school board members forcing your kids to do these things, or medical personnel and politicians, these people, they don't like you for telling you to do that. No human being should tell you ever to do those types of things that they've been forcing us to do over the last 2 years. I don't want to say that I've lost my faith in humanity, but I cannot believe what has happened to people. I even saw recently where a governor from in a different country, a family was told that they could not stay in a hotel where they had already came to the hotel and made reservations, because they did not have documents that they had gotten this thing, that they're called, to fight this illness. They didn't have the paperwork saying that they had gone to the hospital and gotten this thing in their bodies, and they were forced. And the governor said, "Well, you have to go out on the streets, because here that's what we require. Sleep on the streets." That's basically what he told the family. That's the evil, the cruelty that we're dealing with right now, and it's going on all over the world, all over the world. I don't like to get religious, or whether it's dealing with the word satanic or whatever, but just some bad stuff going on. The thing that they want you to wear over your face. People wear that stuff, and it creates a mindset of this dystopia world. It's very scary, and we have to be afraid of everybody. That's why we have that thing on our face. And then they go home and they turn on the box, or the electronic box in their hand, and they see the same thing over and over again, and that's basically their world 24 hours a day, this distorted world of humanity that is dangerous, and we have to cover ourselves up and be far away from other humans, and they can't snap out of it. It's a type of mindset. It's almost like that word that begins with, the first letter begins with the letter C, where people just want to believe something they without any getting any information or what's real, and they just believe it and follow along to a T, and they can't snap out of it. You know. So, I mean, I hope people will snap out of it someday. I mean, more and more people, if we can just try and get one person a day to wake up and maybe expose them to what's going on away from, the mainstream media. Because we know that that's not reality. What's reality is in the five senses. You know what reality is, Like I said, you ask anyone to just provide you evidence or proof of any of this, and they will turn away. They will also almost say, "Oh, it's just too complicated. I don't want to talk about it." And I think, how can you not want to talk about something that has literally changed how you and your family and your children live, unlike ever before in world history, and you don't want to talk about that? That's unbelievable. You're asking me and yourself to do something unlike ever before in world history. That's almost inhumane. Well, it is inhumane and barbaric, all these things that we're required to do now, and you don't want to talk about it? Where is the thinking? Where is the basic intelligence, the basic common sense? I can't believe that this has happened to the people in the world. And I don't trust anybody anymore. I don't know. I don't think you should. I mean, I suggest turning off the TV, turn off those electronic boxes, because this has to stop. We want to live like normal humans again. We want to come back to reality, what's real, and not believing things coming out of the electronic boxes telling you something that you can see with your own five senses in your own eyes. That is the opposite of what they're saying, or what you're seeing, and just being told that you must do some type of medical thing with your body in order to live a normal life. When has that happened in world history? Think about it. When has that happened in world history? It hasn't. And all of a sudden you're believing and thinking that this is how we must live, and for the rest of our lives. Okay, this is not how I want to, and it shouldn't be how you want to. So, try to wake up, spread information, talk about what's reality, come back to reality, what's within the five senses, and play the guitar, listen to music, do some things, go out with people, get together with people and have fun and enjoy life and smile and look at each other's faces, and connect with each other, hug each other. That's reality. Okay? Until next time.